Welcome everyone. Today we're going to look at a new control flow task offered through our Task Factory product called the File Gateway task. This component adds into an already fantastic set of control flow and data flow components. This one focusing on delimited files, allowing you to create file level validation rules, row level validation rules, so that you can ensure the integrity of the files you're receiving prior to implementing any further logic downstream. So, as we can see, I'm working here with Visual Studio's, this is 2012. This is available for SQL Server 2012 or higher. I have currently, in these multiple sequence containers, 3 file gateway tasks to present the different scenarios using different type of filters. First, let's just open up the first one. That's going to be looking at a file which is correct and good, meeting all of my criteria. By opening this up in the editor, we can see that we first are given an option for the location of the file where you want to validate. So I've gone ahead and selected this. You can see I have both CSV and text file data types. In this case, I've gone ahead and I'm going to be using the text, but CSV works perfectly fine. You need to format and dictate how everything is delimited. Where are the row delimiters, text characters? I'm using kind of the run-of-the-mill default settings for this as this file was created. So as you see currently, that is how I've had this established, but just know that some of the more common other choices that you would think to have here are available to you as a user. So simply define as you see fit here. You can go and verify the mapping, the actual columns themselves. If you want to amend or change any of these items, you can, and you can modify the data types if you needed to. And then we come to the very important part, the validation portions. So here, when we talk about the file validations, we're going to see that we have a specific set of options here. File size, header columns count, number of rows, modified date. In this case, I'm going to utilize the number of rows. We have a plethora of different operators to choose from. I'm saying equivalency because I know how many files I should be receiving, which I've input here. You can, of course, have multiple conditions. You can increase this, you can do a logical and or logical or. So all of these situations you can kind of manipulate and make it your own. This is what I'm going to be using for this example. It's actually the same throughout the other 2 that we're going to look at. I've also implemented some items for row validation. So now we're going to look at the integrity of the rows that are being passed through in this file. In this case, I'm given a list of all my input columns. As well, you can see for every input column there is a length option for that. So for any of these, I could choose the column itself and choose one of the many different operator choices that I have here. As you can see, there is quite a few. Or I can pick the column itself, but its length, which you can see I'm using in my second condition. For one of my columns, I'm ensuring that the length of the values in there is equal to 2. That for me is passing criteria. Business entity ID, which is my unique identifier, I'm ensuring that it is not null. So that is going to be the criteria for this test to pass. I do know that in this example, everything is correct. So if we see here, as we go ahead and execute this container, we're going to see everything passes through successfully. Moving on to the next element, a file that potentially does meet one of the criteria in fault, a bad row. So once again, we're going to go in here and we are going to see that I have everything pretty much established exactly the same, different file being pointed to, but my file validation and my row validation is exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead, hit OK. We're going to go ahead and execute this, and we're going to see that we are going to have an error. What is the error, you ask? Well, if we go in here, we can see the file properties. We're looking for a number of rows is 19, that the error was the number of rows, 19971. We know that that is the rule I have established, and we are in error. So already caught that, so I know I don't want to be doing anything on this document because it doesn't meet my standards. And the last one, the bad data when we talk about like nulls, because this is going to be very important too. Once again, everything pretty much the same. All I'm doing is pointing to a different file type. File validation the same, row validation the same. And you know what? It would make sense that we would also have business NAID is not equal to null, because that's important. But I've added in a new one. Title is not null as well. So these are my 3 criteria. And we're going to see where this is an error. So I go ahead, let me save this since I made that small change. We'll go ahead and execute this container. we're going to see we get an error once again. When we look at this, we get the errored row. So it gives me specifically, in this case, it was the very first record that came down the line, because I do have it sorted by business entity ID, but ID did have a value, 1, person type, EM, which I said we needed to have a length of 2. That is okay. Name style, false, but the other one we had for the validation was title, and we have no value. It is null. The rule was it cannot be null, hence this error occurred. And this error occurred right off the first record. So it will error out as soon as it encounters that first row that potentially is bad. It will encounter this error and let you know that something is wrong. So this is one step in the process of being able to validate this delimited data. We are looking for the future, so you can be excited to expand upon this. This file gateway task is our control flow task and the first of a second task that might come along shortly, known as the file gateway source, where you can also, when looking at the records of a file, using validation rules similar to what we just looked at, but having records that are in fault of that validation and records that meet the validation being able to be passed out through that source. So good rows one way, bad rows another. That is soon to come, so keep an eye out on the blog, keep an eye out on all the updates for Task Factory, and if you have any questions or you'd like to see a demonstration of the product, don't hesitate to give us a call or shoot us an email, and we'll make sure to set that up for you. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and hope you enjoy using Task Factory. Thank you.